Good morning.
Hello.
Cheers.
Cheers. I have some exciting news for you. This is episode 12 that we're recording.
12?
Uh-huh.
If you'd asked me how many, I might have said 9, because I've loved doing it so much. I would never have said 12. And are we going to sort of do seasons? How are we going to do it? Because we don't want to bore all those lovely people.
I think a little break would be nice. We could call this the end of season 1.
Okay.
And then we could start season 2 up a little bit later on in the year.
That sounds a nice idea.
Yeah?
Yeah, that sounds a really nice idea.
Okay, so fingers crossed we get a good topic later on.
Let's hope it's chocolate. There's 20 titles there.
I know, and I'm sure in our little hiatus we could think of more things.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But we need to talk about our craft challenge. And
Yes.
neither of us have got it, because mine's drying outside. So I went into Daisy's craft room. And
how tidy was it?
actually, out of 100, it was probably 95%.
No. Oh, I wouldn't give it that high a rating. It was very generous of you.
Oh no. It was 95% better than it could have been.
Okay.
Okay. No, so I went to the craft room and I knew what I wanted to do because Daisy had already mentioned about doing pottery and she had some clay and things. So I went and found the clay and I found the clay, so I got a bit excited about that. And then I wanted to stamp it because it's our anniversary very soon. I wanted to put the date on it so I could make it for Parky. So I had it all ready, and then I went outside in the garden and I picked some of Daisy's flowers from her garden. I had no idea what they were, so don't even ask me. Other than the ivy, I don't know what the others were. And then when you're rolling clay, you need to put 2 barriers to stop the rolling pin from squishing it too much.
And to keep it even.
So I set it up on her little work surface and I was whoa. And Daisy was laughing because clearly I went off at one point. Anyway, so I did that and then I said to Daisy I want to put in a bowl. And she said, what do you mean a bowl? And I said, well, I do. I want to make it sort of like curve-esque. So I then got one of her cups and I stamped it down and Daisy was going, okay. And then I went back to the craft room and I found a Stanley knife. So I then cut well, it wasn't carefully at all because I know you can sand it when it's dry. So I cut round it and then I printed my 7 of July and put it in the bowl. But I first put it in the bowl and Daisy mentioned, this is going to stick. So I took it out the bowl and I then put my cling film in and then put it in. And I've done it. I finished. I think I have still left some petals in there, so whatever. But no, I'm super happy. I have done it, and it is now still dry. Actually, it does take a lot longer to dry. It says air dry clay.
But I also think that it was quite thick.
Oh, okay.
I think it was quite thick. Like normally you're probably looking at half the size of that when you roll it out. But we only had what we had available.
Yeah, okay.
So I think that could be why there was maybe a little bit of time to try. Are you going to paint in the flower stamp?
Oh, well, I hadn't even thought about that.
That could be cute, especially because one of the petals already left a slightly blue coloration in its wake. So I wonder whether you enhance that with a bit of...
I wasn't going to. Yes, I was going to. I'm going to enhance it. I'm going to paint it and make it look gorgeous. Now, tell me about your challenge.
So, I went into Lulu's craft room, which was unnaturally tidy for Lulu. There wasn't a speck of thread anywhere. There's no rubbish in the bin.
No.
And everything was
hoovered.
It was hoovered, it was labelled, it was organised.
I know.
It looked fab.
I know. I was so super happy.
Trying to find something I found a little bit harder because so much of yours was material.
Yeah, that's true.
And you did have other projects, but I then didn't know where the other parts of it was. So you had little wooden discs, but I couldn't find the pyro pen to then do a design on them.
It was actually in there. That's fine.
I know. Was it in the wooden bit?
Yeah.
Oh, I should have just opened it.
Oh, never mind.
Well, if it'd been labelled.
Oh. With my dino tape.
Yes, so I then found, well, with a lot of assistance, being pointed in the direction of finding the bead box. And you'll never guess what, but in the bead box was elastic. What do you call it?
Well, thread.
Thread, elastic tape.
Elastic thread. Yes, elastic thread.
Elastic. You wouldn't believe it.
Was
In the
there?
box, there was elastic thread.
Convenient.
I know, but there weren't any needles.
Oh.
So I had to go hunting for the needles. Do you know what? So I made a bracelet. And it was really nice. Doing something
Totally different, isn't it?
but even just like that, where it's, how do I explain this? You know, sometimes when you have a massive canvas, and I include that within felting and drawing and painting and you name it, and there's so many options, there's so many different things you can do, it can feel quite overwhelming where to start. I think that's quite often why people like tutorials, because it gives you a starting point, at least. But the nice thing about doing a bracelet is it's going to be long. I've got only the beads to select that are in front of me, and all I've got to do is make up a pattern. So there's something quite beautiful about how simplistic it is, and I really enjoyed it. And what it made me want to do is incorporate more beading into either my felt projects, or even just try a little, because there are some bead projects out there you can do as well.
Yeah, there are. But the beads, what I loved about the beads came from Tuxan's mum, who was getting rid of her junk jewellery. It was Granny's old necklaces that were, it wasn't good jewellery. Then there was it was such a mixture of some of my old jewellery, which I loved. I loved the fact that when I looked, it was a bit like my button box, when I looked at all the beads rolling around on the table.
Oh, I know.
I was excited because I thought, oh, this is bringing back memories of all the lovely things that I did have. Well, and now you have got on there. But you've left your bracelet at home today.
I have.
So,
okay,
we're going to spin the wheel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Go.
Go. Oh, go. Ooh.
Yay!
Okay, travel. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay.
Oh, I love that.
Have you got things already that have come to mind?
Yes.
Oh, I have too.
Oh, go on. Go on then.
No, go on.
Well, when I travel, I always take a little tin of a project to do. Always. Because I just think there might be a moment when I want some quiet time and I just want to step out from wherever or whoever we're with. And I carry a little tin, and I either have a little sewing project, I either have a needle felting project, or I have a drawing project. So I actually have a little tin that if you looked at my tin now, actually it would have Dorset buttons in.
Oh.
That you can make Dorset buttons, and they're really clever.
I remember being at university, and you had inspired me with the travel tin. And so when I used to do that train journey from Manchester to London, I used to have a little tin myself, actually mine was a Tupperware box. A little Tupperware box. And that's how I did all of those felt gingerbread men that I did everybody for Christmas.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah. So I would just take that with me every time I did a journey, and I would do a little embroidery, or I'd do a little stuffing, or whatever I was doing. Yeah. So I have been inspired by you, and also have a little box. Although I nowadays am better at packing a little travel set of crafting for the girls.
Yeah. I mean, you've got en famille that you have to
famille,
now think
mon
about.
famille.
But then, you see, I've done it because when obviously I travelled with you and George all over the world, I would always have a box of pens and paper and stickers and cards and whatever.
Oh my goodness. I know what I haven't spoken to you about before, and I need to mention it. I feel like this is a good time. When I was in Canada last, I went and saw my gorgeous friend Michelle and her daughter Violet.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you know how the problem with pens for little ones is?
Yeah.
The pen invariably drops onto them or the floor or someone, and then you end up leaving a little mark behind, and you think, oh bugger, especially if it's not your home and you've ruined a seat or a carpet. I'm thinking, like, if you were travelling a train seat or something, or their clothing, especially if you're moving about. So there are now in the world felt tips with special paper that when the pen, if you were to try and draw on yourself or your clothing, nothing.
No.
When you draw on the paper, a colour appears depending on which pen you're using.
No,
And not honestly,
I've never seen them.
I had so much fun using this. So we were supposed to be doing it with Violet, and she got very bored of it. And Daisy then had great fun. And the special paper was this particular one had an underwater theme. So as you're colouring in the page and you're drawing things, there's a secret patch of paper that's got a design on it that's maybe like a little fish, or maybe it's a little anchor or something, and it's a section of paper that doesn't have, I guess, the special chemical on it to react with the pen. So that stays white.
Oh.
So I just had so much fun trying to figure out where it was and what it was.
I've never heard of those.
Oh, honestly, they are absolutely...
I wonder if they're called magic pens or something.
They must be. They must be. But I really just thought, what a clever...
I think anybody who has a toddler under 2 needs them.
Or a Daisy.
Or a Daisy who manages to...
No, just if you're a grown-up who enjoys that
But
sort
it
of
is
thing.
true, you drop a pen and it always lands on its nib.
Yeah. And then you've got
Sharpies,
that...
yeah, and then you've got a mark. And then you end up having to draw a design to make it look like it was done on purpose. Yeah, well, that's what you used to do. You would then draw. So you would, seriously, if you marked something, you would then, oh, okay, I might as well then make it a bigger design and make it look like I did it on purpose.
Oh, lovely. How lovely of me.
But travel, I think, is fantastic. And do you know how I think it would be lovely to actually complete this challenge? Because obviously if this is our season 1...
The season finale.
For Neil Dindalon, we actually go on a train journey. And you can choose the destination.
Okay.
But I've chosen a train because I can't clearly do it if I'm driving.
No.
We go on a train journey and we take our little tins, either your Tupperware or my tin. So I'm going to, and I'm not going to say I'm going to take whatever's in my tin because I now know what's in my tin, but maybe I'm going to pack something in my tin and I'm going to make something.
Are we going to pack it for each other? Or we're going to pack it for us? Oh, no, okay, no, we can pack it for ourselves. So whatever project you want to do.
Yes.
Okay, that's...
But maybe we pack
nice.
2 of whatever we have in our little thing.
Just in case.
Just in case
We get green-eyed monster.
Yes, just in case you say, I want to get that, and I might go, oh, actually, I like yours.
Okay.
And I always have chocolate in mine. So I would like to say something. I still have the original Kit Kat from the podcast when we've gifted each other something. I made something for Daisy and it is still here.
I'm actually quite surprised you haven't eaten that.
Shall I tell you why I forgot about it until... It was only the other day I looked and I thought, oh yes, I know where some chocolate is if I need it.
Amazing.
But I love the idea of travelling and doing some crafts. And actually, I have always done that.
Well, I was going to say, I remember as kiddies, we were really lucky to go to New Zealand when I was about 7 and George was 5. And we were there for quite a while. And when you had bought us little journal books that we had to fill in.
Yeah.
And it would give you, either you would get us to collect, I don't know, the tickets from when we went to the zoo, or postcards from where we were, or even shells or leaves or things we found, and we'd stick them in the book. And then yours truly got creative and did some drawing, and he'd maybe make us write a sentence about what we'd been up to as well. That felt a bit like crafting, kind of making a as you go scrapbook.
And George, I think did 2 pages.
Yes.
I think I've still got those journals.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh.
I'm going to have to find them. I think I've still got those journals.
I think that's lovely. Because we even left spaces for pictures you knew you'd taken on the instant cameras.
Yeah.
And then a note to remind ourselves, oh, that's going to be for that picture.
And because you ended up in hospital twice, I even got the badge where you'd had your little name badge, and we stuck that in, and there's a picture of you in hospital with a drip with your teddy bear.
I love that.
Tammy,
yes,
Tammy the
it
teddy.
was. Well remembered.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. I've still got her.
Oh.
She's so ugly.
She is an ugly
But I
bear.
love her.
I know, that's because it's a New Zealand bear.
I have just seen online somebody do something fantastic to do with crafting and travelling.
Okay.
So I've mentioned her before, but Cotton Clara, I'm a very big fan of.
Oh, she is lovely.
She's just posted a video, literally I think it was this week, and she said next time you're away, buy the naff tea towel that you've seen in the gift shops, because when you come home, you can make a one-of-a-kind souvenir. And what she does is she takes those they look like pine IKEA stools. It's the ones that look like they have slightly spidery legs. But anyway, it's a round top. She removes the legs from the round top of this stool, and then she Mod Podges on the tea towel and upholsters the top stool.
Oh, wow.
And it means it's not just a tea towel, it's something useful. Because it's been Mod Podged, it's protected, and you can use it as like a little side table or a stool. But she uses it as a little coffee table.
Clever idea.
I think that's a really nice idea. Because so often, whenever we go travelling, we've got into the habit of buying magnets.
Yeah.
And that is lovely, but one day we'll be out of room.
I think I am already out of room.
Well, you've now got a fridge that is covered by a cupboard door.
I know.
So then what do you do with the magnets? Oh, you heave-ho.
Yeah, heave-hoed them.
No, you didn't.
I did.
I mean, I know you can't keep everything forever.
No, I heave-hoed them.
Well, do you know, I was actually just thinking you could do. You could have done. You know how before you've stuck mirrors round shells round a mirror frame?
Yep.
You could do that with the magnets.
Well, I could have done. I can't now.
You can't. Oh dear.
They've gone.
They've gone.
Yeah.
Oh.
History. But what else? But also when you're travelling in a car, children quite often do crafting in a car. Those that aren't travel sick.
Oh, you say that. Colouring. Imagine colouring in a car where it's far more shifty. Or you'd be going outside the lines. Oh no, I can't even write in a car. Because you move about too much. Trains are the ultimate. Trains and planes.
But I think we could fly. But no, I think we do a train.
Well, yes, because then we're not limited to whether we have sharp things or not.
No, and you can opt where we go.
The place that's coming to my mind is York.
Oh, then we could go into afternoon tea afterwards.
Yeah, we could go to Betty's.
Yeah, we like that.
Or just, just have like an afternoon there.
Yeah, we can just take a little rucksack and we've got our little
Yeah.
craft. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
We'll definitely do that.
You've even bought me before. I don't know how useful this would actually be for travelling, but for honestly, one of my birthdays during university, I've still got it, a tin. It was a stamp kit. Do you remember this?
Oh, finger stamps.
Finger stamps.
Yep.
It has tiny little square stamps of different colours.
Yep.
And the idea is you put your finger on, and then there's paper in there too, and you stamp out a caterpillar or something. And then they've even got stamps that have got faces, and then there's little crayons in there as well.
Oh, maybe that's going to be your...
It might be.
Oh.
I think we'd have fun with that. The only thing is, what do you then do with the messy fingers when you're travelling?
You take some wet wipes and then you clean your fingers.
Well, maybe the wet wipe should have been included in there. That would be the perfect all-round.
Yes, you just need those little...
Oh, and so often when you go into bookshops, like Waterstones, they do sort of pre-packaged little bags, and they can have books in there as well.
Yeah.
But they've quite often got things you can do in there. Sticker books. Oh,
yes, you
my
see.
goodness. We loved sticker books.
Well, you loved them more than George because you used to take his stickers from his books. Because you'd be... Well, I'd like that on my...
Well, because sometimes I was needing whatever sticker was in his book,
You did.
and it would
You
finish off my
loved
picture.
the sticker books.
Oh, and you know the ones where you dress up the little people, there's outfits. Honestly, love them. So the more environmentally friendly version of this now, I don't know if it is that environmentally friendly,
but
it's magnets.
I'm going to interrupt you.
Oh, you can interrupt me.
We used to have a doll, a paper doll, a cardboard doll, and you would have dresses that had a little... When you cut it out, you put little tabs on it and you pushed it over.
When is this? When are you talking about?
When I was probably, 6 or 7, and Izzy used to, we used to travel with Mummy.
Yeah.
And I would have that, and I'd have a little... I don't know whether I had a little suitcase or something of this doll, and she had lots of different outfits, and I would change her outfits. I know.
Oh.
So that was quite environmentally friendly because actually you had the little tags that sort of kept the dress on.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Bunty. I remember, I think, a magazine called Bunty, and again, they always had something you cut out and you could play with.
Do you know, I'm so sad that Frankie magazine has stopped. You know, they're like sort of all-round crafting magazine, because they used to have paper in there that you could use to make cards or wrap presents or you name it. They're beautiful, beautiful designs. And they'd have loads of good ideas of things you could do. And like I said, they then would have those little packets of crafts you could do. And there would be everything you needed inside that little paper packet. I think the one I've still got in my drawer is of a rainbow to make a macrame or something.
Molly Makes does them.
Oh, I think I think Molly Makes.
They do still do them.
No, I think they've stopped.
Oh, has it?
I'm pretty sure Molly Makes has stopped. Maybe Frankie's still going then. I was thinking of Molly Makes.
Okay, Molly Makes.
I loved
I've got
that
loads of
magazine.
them.
I know you've got. I'm pretty sure they've stopped.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
They did. They always came with something.
Yeah.
And really nice paper.
Mhm.
They did.
And they'd have templates in the back as well to help you do some of the crafts that they were showcasing inside the magazine.
Oh, actually, maybe I don't have any more thinking about it.
You think you might have also done a little...
Yeah. Well, the trouble is, because I've been so good at sorting and thinking, I'm never going to use that anymore, so...
No, you can't keep everything.
No.
It just gets ridiculous.
No,
it just gets
definitely not.
ridiculous.
But children, you know how you send them on a mission to go and find things and pick things, or you take a picture of things, and you know sometimes when you go to a town and you go to the tourist information office, they'll often have a map, and children have to go and find things.
Yeah, little treasure hunts.
Yeah.
I think those are fab.
I like treasure hunts, actually.
You know what's quite lovely is in so many of these museums and other exhibition places is they give you little passports, and as you go round the exhibition you have to stamp. Have you ever seen these?
No.
So when we went to, I'm thinking of Harry Potter, when we went there were different stamp locations throughout the entire space, and you put your passport in, you pull down a lever and it leaves an embossed mark on. Oh, and the kids loved that. But the adults quite liked that too, and we got a bit competitive about who could get it perfectly inside the circle and whose was the most defined. Yeah.
Oh, I know sometimes in some museums you do go and you're a character.
Oh.
And so if you go to, I remember going to a museum in Port Dover.
Yeah.
And there are characters that you're either, it's a fishing museum,
and
you're either a fisherman, you're either the captain, you're either the cook, and you go round and you follow the journey of this person. And so for that day and it will tell you facts and bits of information about that person, and that's quite fascinating. So that's travel.
That's definitely
not crafting, but it's travel.
Yeah, but quite often they have stands where they get the kids to come and do something, and there's always colouring in to be done. I mean, you go to restaurants and they give you things to colour in and do.
Oh, but, well, yes, I get bored in restaurants when I'm waiting for food.
Whenever the girls have those menus to colour in, I have to get involved.
But I did do that on the ferry, if you remember, when we were on the ferry we went to France. When we went to the restaurant, they had a map. And you all went off to look at all the ocean while I was feeling wool. And I played with a little person, and we were trying to spot all the things. I'd say, right, let's see how many horses we could have and how many, umbrellas there are. And
because it's one of those maps that had drawings on it.
Yes, it had drawings on it, yeah.
Oh.
So that was crafting, and
I don't know why she loved that.
Yeah.
It's more like an activity. But I mean, that's part of it, isn't it? Keeping them entertained. That's partly why we do crafting. Keep us entertained.
We love it.
Oh.
Yeah. I really like that idea. Definitely of having a little travel.
A little train trip.
A little travel. And also when we go away again, we'll definitely take something when we do our family holiday. I think we'll definitely take something.
Yeah, that's something. Because it's nice to have a special memento. And when we're off in September, we're off to Anglesey for a very special birthday.
Yes, we are.
The big 6-0 for someone.
Yes.
It'd be quite nice if we could figure out something for everybody that comes along to that week.
We could find a craft that every single person could do.
Well, I'm thinking, honestly, with the stamp idea, because I remember going to Di's 70th, I can't remember, a family event, and they got everybody there to do their fingerprint on a tree, and then you sign around the fingerprint, a little bit like they do at weddings, to be honest. That's always quite a nice idea.
That's a nice idea, so we can take our finger stamps.
Yeah. Oh, finger stamps are going on the move.
No, I really like that idea.
But it's like we said, the only thing is, no, we're talking about trains, not planes, so it's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Oh, fine. Because on a plane, of course, there's lots of, you can't take a certain amount of liquid, can't take anything sharp that could be dangerous, then you're slightly limited.
I have to say I have quite often snuck needle felting stuff on there, and no one has ever stopped me. I've never been stopped. Because I've forgotten. Quite often I've had like
I was going to say mummy.
No, but I've often had a little tobacco tin. I've never had scissors because I know they're very strict about you can't travel with scissors. But
The sharp items, and a needle
Yeah.
is a sharp item.
Yeah, but no one has ever.
Oh.
Maybe they thought I was diabetic or something and I needed a needle or something. I don't know. But I've never been stopped.
Well, darling.
Well, I think our probably podcast is going to be shorter because we're coming to the end of season 1.
I know.
12 episodes.
I know we did 12 episodes. This is episode 12.
Yeah. Well, actually, I feel as it's episode 12, I'm willing to share.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm willing to share.
I don't know if it's been a month, but I think that's okay.
Oh, yes, it probably has.
It's close to a month.
And it hasn't melted yet.
And I'd just like to say mine is also on display.
It is. Well, here you go.
Thank you very much. Yes, my oven mitt is just behind us.
Cheers.
Cheers, darling.
Okay. So, goodbye.
Bye.
Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do.